The story we are told from almost the moment we are born is that more is better. More money, more gadgets, more clothes, more toys, more house. But the reality is, all of this more often leaves us with less. Less fulfillment, less freedom, and less peace. The stuff we accumulate affects us in countless ways. It influences the rest we find at home and the role we get to play in the world. But in a world where consumerism seems to progress unchecked and is even promoted by some of our leaders and even mentors, how can we know when we have given in? How can we know on a personal level when we own too much stuff? To help, here are 10 signs you might own too much stuff. Number 1, you're unable to park in your garage. It's a pretty common occurrence for many families. In fact, some studies show that 75% of the garages of American households can't hold the full amount of cars they were designed for because of storage inside them. The garage, intended originally as a safe shelter for vehicles, has become a storage unit for things we don't use and don't even remember that we have. If you're constantly shifting stuff around to make room or parking outside because there's no space, you probably own too much stuff. Number 2, rooms are left untidy at the end of the day. An untidy room might seem normal, especially if you have children. But if every room is constantly messy and you find it challenging to tidy up at the end of the day, it's time to consider whether you have just too many things inside your house. If you want to test this out, try a before bed evening tidy routine every night for a week. If it's too much to handle, even after embracing an intentional approach to it, you probably just own too much stuff. Number 3, you can't figure out where all the money is going. Stuff costs money. The more we buy, the more we spend. So if you find yourself wondering where your money is going every month, take a look around. The answer might be sitting on your shelves, in your closets, or packed away in your garage. We waste more money than we think on non-essential purchases. Number 4, it takes longer to clean your house than you think it should. Cleaning, of course, is a necessary part of maintaining a home. However, if you find that it's taking up an inordinate amount of your time, it might be because you have too many things to clean, organize, and maintain all the time. I'm not saying you'll fall in love with cleaning, but if you constantly finish up thinking, I can't believe this took so long, you probably own too much stuff. Number 5, your children consistently presume you're going to buy them stuff. Our actions teach our children about life and priorities. If your kids constantly expect new toys or gadgets, it might be a sign that the value of possessions has been overemphasized in your household. Sorry to sound harsh, but it's always wise to look inward first to see how well we're modeling contentment. Number 6, you feel stressed in your own home. Your home should be a sanctuary, a place where you can relax and recharge. But if you feel stressed or anxious every time you look around, it might be because the clutter is overwhelming you. Number 7, you're constantly organizing and reorganizing. Organization can only go so far. If you find that no matter how much you organize, things never seem to have a permanent place, it could be a sign that you simply have too much stuff. As Courtney Carver once said, if you have to buy stuff to store your stuff, you might have too much stuff. Number 8, you don't use a significant amount of the stuff in your home. It's natural that we wouldn't use every single item in our house every single day. But if a large percentage of your belongings gather dust and are rarely or never used, it's an indicator that you probably have too much. Unused items not only consume physical space, but also mental space as they add to the clutter around us and contribute to a sense of disorganization. Remember, the goal is to fill your home with items that serve a purpose and add value to your life, not things that sit idle. Number 9, you've ever said to yourself, I really need to declutter, but you've never taken action. If you've ever found yourself saying, I really need to declutter, but then did nothing about it, consider this a clear sign you own too much stuff. The reality is that objects never declutter themselves. On the contrary, we just accumulate more and more over time. Inaction only allows the clutter to grow, making the task of decluttering appear even more daunting. Remember, decluttering is a process, not a one-time event. So start small, start now. Your future self will thank you. Number 10, you often lose items and spend valuable time looking for them. In a cluttered home, things get lost, and looking for lost items can be a frustrating and time-consuming task. If this is a reoccurring scenario in your home, you likely have too much stuff. Recognizing these signs is the first step towards a minimalist lifestyle. Owning less stuff means more freedom, more space, and more peace. It allows us to live our lives more intentionally and focused on what truly matters. It's not always an easy journey, but it's one that is absolutely rewarding. Remember, the goal isn't to live with nothing, but to make room for everything that truly enriches your life. Did you find value in this video? If so, you can help others find this video by sharing, liking, or commenting below. I'd love for you to do that. It would help out quite a bit, in fact. And to make sure you don't miss out on future videos, be sure to subscribe. I release new videos once a week, keeping our journey toward minimalism and intentionality alive and present. Thank you.